You guys are doing today. You have your boy traveling caddy at it again, just chilling in Colorado Springs. I tell you, man, that air is so clear and clean and refreshing up here. My partner got a prime location that he's living. It's this is awesome. It's peaceful. You only noise you really hear is the cars that drive by. You know, um, I'm just sitting out here on the porch, enjoying the scenery with the backdrop of the mountains. This is peaceful living. We was out yesterday, and it's amazing how so many people they have they houses built right on the cliffs. I don't think I would like that, but it looks good, and that might be some people's thing, but I ain't too crazy about me owning a house overlooking the mountains and all that kind of stuff. I'm not the type guy that's really into all that being up high and in the views, as so to speak. Let my wife tell it, the view and all that. That ain't my thing. But for some people, that is what they like. Um, but sitting here on this porch, man, looking at the mountains, you guys can see it right there. We like down in the valley, and I'm just looking out over the range or whatnot. That's pretty cool, you know. But yesterday we went to Garden of the Guards, and we was walking over there. That's it's refreshing. You're getting a lot of air, and you come to Colorado and you're not accustomed to this altitude. You can tell it when you start doing physical things. Um, your heart start to work a little bit faster than it normally do, but um, it was cool. Looking at those rocks in the Garden of the Guards, man, that was awesome. That was really awesome. I had been there years and years ago, but every time you see it, it's like a new experience. And people are out walking and exercising and just really enjoying life. When you get a little age on you, that's what it's all about. You got to enjoy life. While you young, and I have said this in many of my videos, while you young, you need to get out there and go get it. You know what I'm saying? So when you get a little age on you, you get into your late 40s and 50s, hopefully you done built you a nest egg where you can relax and let things come to you, not you out there ripping and running trying to make it happen anymore. Life is not all about working hard all of your life. You got to enjoy some of it. You know what I'm saying? And the traveling caddy, what I like doing is I like traveling, going different places, and I like sharing my experiences with you guys. Some of you have been to some of the places that you may see on my videos, but it's a good thing to if you've been to those locations, you go and reminisce about um, the last time you were there. You know what I'm saying? And what things look like now, years later. You know, Colorado look a lot different than the last time I was here. I think it was probably about 7 or 8 years ago I was here in Colorado Springs, and then maybe about 25 years ago prior to that, I was here. One thing that's still consistent, that altitude, man. I live down in Florida now, but we it's flat there. You come out here, man, you can tell the difference. The first day you get here, you can tell, that you are really how out of shape you are. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. You know what I'm saying? We just go to these different locations and experience everything that we can and see some things. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, you got to enjoy yourself. As you get older, why do you need to do all that stressing? You know, so many people are leaving this earth behind stressful situations. Traveling caddy is not trying to stress about anything anymore. I want to enjoy my life. For the last 3 4 years, that's what he been doing. I've been enjoying myself, and I would like for you guys to come join this non-stressful life with us. You know what I'm saying? Um, Look at those mountains out there, man. That looks just so calm and so peaceful. That is awesome. Yesterday evening, I was on my partner's his lanai on the back, and I wasn't paying attention. I had my head down, and I heard some noise. All of a sudden, it was two deers come running by. That man, they kind of spooked me a little bit. But they kept running or whatnot. But that was all right, man. It got my blood flowing a little bit. And this morning, I was standing back there, and another deer came up, and he was just eating the leaves off one of the bushes back there, and just chilling, peaceful. It's a great day here in Colorado. It's the sun is shining, not very many clouds in the sky. It's awesome. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the camera so you guys can see. Look back there. They got those houses built into the mountain. Yeah, that is awesome. Let me get away from that tree there. Come out here. Look at the mountains back there in the background. My 20 years in the military, I never got stationed in Colorado Springs. The military base, there are quite a few different bases here. But for the Army, you got the Fort Carson in Colorado Springs there. I never got stationed there, but I've been on it a couple times. My son, he was stationed there, him and his wife. Tell me that's not awesome. You don't get to see that every day. That is on point. But anyway, if you guys like the content that I'm bringing, go ahead on and like and subscribe. Let's get that share count, my subscription numbers up, so you guys can share in some of the locations that we go. Look at the bunny rabbits. I see a lot of rabbits around here playing around. They don't have a care in the world. Tell me that's not awesome. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead on and get out of here and talk with you guys later. Peace out.